Alright, so multi-tool is a really handy thing to have with you. Provides a lot of functionality. It'll help you in a lot of different scenarios. This is a Gerber suspension. It's a little bit cheaper than, say, a Leatherman. A lot of the Leathermans they have out there. It's a pretty decent multi-tool, pretty good knife. It's solid. It was not expensive, but it's pretty decent quality. It's not perfect. It's far from perfect. It has some shortcomings, but it's pretty decent and it does a lot. It's pretty solid. It's good. You start by opening it up. Basic set of pliers, wire strippers. If you want to actually take the knife blade out, you actually wouldn't have to have it open like this. You can pull the blade out like this. It's a little bit harder to push out because this knob isn't really all that big. This is the basic blade. To fold the blade back in, you actually have to pull this thing down here because it locks in place. That's actually a little tricky. You can't just do that with your thumb like this. You actually have to get it with your fingernail. It's a little bit of a pain, but you can still work with it. Close it up. Comes with a few different parts. You get a regular screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver. It's a little flat. Some are a little bit more even, but it looks like it would help in a lot of cases. I mean, I don't expect too much from screwdriver functionality, as long as I have something, as long as I have both types of screwdriver heads. Comes with a saw. You can see the blades on it are, they alternate a little bit. It looks like it would cut pretty well, and it does. This locks, all of these parts actually lock in place. The other side we have another blade. This one's serrated. Simple can opener. It's a little bit blunt. It's not as sharp as as a lot of can openers I've seen on other knives, but it looks like it would get the job done. Smaller screwdriver head, so that's kind of nice. You have larger and smaller screws. A little more functionality, not going to help you as much in the woods unless you have to repair some equipment or something. What else do we have? And that's almost it. We have a pair of scissors. Trying to see these around the camera. And they fold out like that. They're actually pretty good. They have a lot of spring in them. They feel pretty solid. I feel like they're cutting pretty well. They're not loose or anything. They're pretty decent. Fold it back up, unlock it, even the scissors lock. The actual pliers feel pretty smooth. There's a spring in that also. It's pretty decent. So yeah, that's the Gerber suspension. It's a pretty decent tool. It'll pretty much give you most of the functionality you really need. You don't need something a lot more expensive, but if it's something you use every day or you rely on a lot, it might be worth it to spend a little more and get something else. We'll review other products too. If you look at it carefully, it isn't actually lined up perfectly. It's off by, like, this one goes up a little bit. I mean, if you care about that, it doesn't seem to affect how it works. It still functions fine. Everything moves exactly how it should. It feels pretty solid. So overall, it's a pretty decent tool, and it's a good buy. It's I mean, if you do buy this, you don't really have to worry about getting anything else unless you really want to. So I mean, it's all up to you, but overall, I like it and I'm happy with it. And there we go. The camera just fell. All right, that's pretty much it. This is the Gerber suspension multi-tool.